Welcome to Bariatric Business Accelerator, the podcast created for busy weight loss practitioners and their teams who want to systematize, simplify, and accelerate the growth of their new or existing weight loss practice. I'm your host, Karol Clark, and today I'm sharing something from my heart, and that is lessons that come from more than 2 decades of working inside hospital-based systems, running very busy private practices or multi-specialty groups, and entrepreneurial ventures that I've had. So whether you're just starting out or deep in the daily grind, these lessons are timeless. And if I can help share anything, I hope that you find them helpful. But lesson number 1 is that your team makes or breaks your success. Sounds very simple, I know, but our team has been with us actually here for the minimum is 10 years up to 25 years. And I've seen organizations with strong leaders that fail, and I've seen organizations with average resources absolutely thrive. And the differentiator was their team. Your team determines how patients feel, how fast things get done, whether growth is chaotic or joyful, and growth can be very joyful. You can have the best systems in place, and you know I'm a systems person, and the latest technology, which I love technology, and a brilliant strategic plan. I love planning, but if you have a disengaged, an untrained, or a misaligned group of team members, it will always feel like you're swimming upstream. And investing in hiring, training, building a culture that you want and accountability isn't optional. It's really an infrastructure that you have to have. Your team is your brand in human form. It's your reputation. So it's so important. Lesson number 2 is lead, don't dictate. And when I first became a leader, which was way back when I was 21 and became a nurse manager, I thought clarity meant I had to basically tell people what that needed to be done. And what I learned is that direction matters, but really ownership matters more. And when I've implemented this, it's made a huge difference. So leading to me means communicating the why. Why do we need to do something? Why does a change need to occur? That is so important. And build clarity around your expectations. If they know what you expect, it makes it so much easier for them to succeed in their position. Ask for ideas rather than feeling like you have to have all the answers. As soon as I did that too, it made a huge difference. Your team comes up with the best answers. Making sure that you also give room for initiative and you reward that when you see that initiative. Those things are really helpful. And dictating might get short-term compliance, but leading and being fair and treating everyone with respect and helping them grow in their position creates that long-term commitment. And when your team believes that they're a part of something bigger than themselves and the team and something meaningful, they will rise to the occasion. The third lesson is no one will care about your vision as much as you do. So keep it alive. In any practice, if you assume that your team or your hospital partners or even your patients will fight to protect your vision the way that you will, you'll always be disappointed. So you are the guardian of your mission. So you must make sure that with your team, you repeat the vision regularly, and it's going to change over time at times. So you want to make sure that they're well aware of that. Integrate it into conversations and be a leader who actually models the behavior that you want in your team. Acknowledge when you're drifting away from your mission. Sometimes bright, shiny objects can get our attention or other things, but you want to make sure you acknowledge that and bring everything back to what it is our main focus is. Celebrate when alignment happens. Do this out loud, do it with your team, make sure that you're reinforcing that behavior. And whether it's patient outcomes, whether it's innovation, community, impact, or operational excellence, or all those combined, your consistency is what will keep that vision from fading. My fourth lesson is you can create a practice that serves your patients, your team, and you. And you might be thinking, oh, of course I can, Karol, but oftentimes practitioners will quietly feel as if they'll actually quietly experience and accept stress, burnout, or low margins as part of their job. That's not the only option. You can build a practice where your team honestly does feel supported, your patients really do feel seen, and you actually earn appropriately what your effort is, what your effort is. So you are actually earning what you are worth. This can happen. You can also provide guardrails for your schedule. You can have time for your family, for creativity, for your own personal health. It's all about how you design it, and it is within your control. Even if you're in a health system, there are certain things that you can do, but it requires Intentional design. My husband is so good at this, at putting those guardrails and protecting, his health and the patients and the vision and our family time. But like I say, it requires intentional design, not defaulting into the inherited processes that you have, old billing methods or models or outdated expectations. Those sorts of things are not going to serve you and your vision all that well. So the difficult thing is it often involves saying no a little more often, which is not easy for me, I know. I love to help people, so anyhow, that's hard for me. Designing programs that are sustainable so that they are going to last over time, they're going to be able to be scalable and grow with you in your practice. Creating pricing that actually reflects the reality of what the costs are for you so that there is a profit margin built in. Automating what doesn't need human energy. This has never been as easy as it is today with AI. And although we all have guardrails on that, it is making things so much easier for our team and for our practice. And a successful practice is not about working more hours. It's about working on the right things, which I know sounds simple, but it makes a huge difference. So lesson number 5, we're almost to the end of these, but there's too important not to share, is that this too shall pass. There are times, and there have been times, when an issue felt just insurmountable to me. Think about when we went through the pandemic, but maybe it's a negotiation that went bad, a team member that's a key person who's leaving, denied claims batch, something that's coming back for a take back. In the moment, it seems really life altering, but every time it passed, not because of luck, but because of perspective, it actually made things so much better. So when you need to remind yourself in these times when it seems insurmountable that this is temporary, I've solved problems before, we've got this, I'll solve this too. We've said that so many times, Tom and I, to each other, we've got this, and with our team. Your approach, when you approach challenges with clarity versus panic, it's so much better. And over time, what once felt catastrophic becomes actually just like another decision, another pivot, and another opportunity. We can turn these things into opportunities. And finally, lesson number 6 is don't forget to take care of yourself. This sounds so easy, but it's so easy for me to lose sight of. Your practice is an expression of your passion, but it's not your whole identity. For years, I said things like, I'll take a break when the launch is done, or once this new offering is built, or once we get this new team member hired, or once we figure this new thing out. But there's always something that's coming next. And what I've learned is that your body will eventually tell you the truth, whether it's in different issues with your health. Your relationships also need your presence, not leftovers. This was hard for me with Tom and I working together and having 4 children and being away from family, so we didn't have anyone to help here at home. Working full-time, I've always worked full-time, which I love what I do, so that wasn't the issue, but making sure I wasn't providing leftovers for the family. And your creativity depends on your mental space. So you deserve that time to take care of yourself. You deserve time to restore your mind and your body, and to take care of your body physically, and also to address your spiritual needs. And when you do, you'll actually become much more decisive, more innovative, more creative, more patient, and more inspirational as a leader. It doesn't happen all the time. Every day is not perfect, of course, but if you focus on that, it really does make a difference. So I guess after 20 plus years of doing this work, I can tell you that success isn't defined by your revenue. It's not defined by your volume. It's not defined by how many locations you have or what titles you have. It's really defined by who you become throughout that process, the impact that you created, and the people who grew because of your leadership. I love the people that I helped nurture to move on to bigger and better things, and the ones that have stayed with us for anywhere between 10 and 25 years. They're my family. We just had our Christmas dinner at our house, and it was fabulous. We love having all of them and their spouses over. But you've got to have the ability to enjoy the life you've built. The people that in our practice I know we've grown up together, so to speak. We've raised our kids together, and we're so tight because of that, and we support each other. But if any of these lessons spoke to you, or if you have other ones you'd like to share, please share them below, and reach out to me if you'd like any help in terms of investing in your team, leading more intentionally, and reconnecting with your vision, designing programs that serve you. Please reach out to me, Karol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. And once again, I hope these lessons have helped you, and it's time to celebrate all your success and to work on anything else that you want. Take care.